Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This week's video is going to be on a play that's pretty common at all levels of football, whether it's youth, high school, college, obviously the NFL also. Anytime you're doing well with your front side action, a counter is a nice play that gives some misdirection and can hit on the back side of those plays. So today we're going to take a look at some of the different variations that Miami uses to get into counter and also some of the wrinkles that they have off of it. The first example we're going to look at here is what most people think of when they hear counter, and that's going to be with your backside guard and your tight end or H leading through the hole. In this example, Devon Achane is going to start in an orbit motion before he counters back into the hole. As far as blocking assignments, the front side of the line is trying to create a wall to run behind. So you're going to have Liam Eichenberg blocking back on the defensive tackle. You're going to have Lester Cotton blocking down on this defensive tackle. And then Kendall Lamb is going to check that defensive tackle before climbing to the linebacker. Your kick out block is going to be Robert Jones from the right guard position, kicking out your end man on the line of scrimmage. And then you're going to have Julian Hill as your lead blocker, and he's going to lead through to this linebacker. You can see Raheem Mostert on the edge of this play as well, and he's going to climb to that safety, and the idea here is that we're trying to get Devon Achane out on the edge with just a corner out here. So let's watch it full speed at first. As we take it back to the top and slow it down, there's that orbit motion. You can see where this wall is developing. The defensive end is going to give Robert Jones a pretty easy block here by getting upfield. And as Julian Hill comes around the corner and this linebacker stepping up, all he needs to do is just to get a body on a body there. And that gives Achane the crease that he needs to get outside and get vertical. Here's the same play from the sideline angle. And one more time. Our next clip is going to be very similar to the previous version that we watched. The two differences are going to be that Jeff Wilson is running the ball, and instead of going in that orbit motion like Achane did, he's going to take a more traditional counter step before getting into the hole. The other difference is that Alec Ingold, who's replacing Julian Hill's role from the previous play, is going to be at the point of attack at the snap of the ball. So this is going to be a counter to the right, and he's going to act as though he's blocking that defensive end out, and then he is going to lead up to that linebacker. Robert Hunt from the left guard position is going to kick out that defensive end. Again, this play is identical to the last play from a blocking perspective, with the exception of the lead happening before the kick out. Okay, a quick one here. Again, blocking is basically the same. The wrinkle that we're going to see here is that instead of your H-back, in this case Durham Smythe, being the one leading up through the hole, he's going to get ahead of your guard, and he is going to be your kick-out block, and your guard is going to swap responsibilities and lead up through the hole. Again, you can see Durham Smythe coming down. He's kicking out that defensive end while Lester Cotton is turning the corner and getting up to the linebacker. Another version that we can see is what we call counter solid. And the difference here is that the solid means that none of the offensive linemen are going to pull in this play. Alec Ingold is going to come in motion. He's going to be the one kicking out the defensive end. Julian Hill is going to lead up through the play. Everybody on the line here is going to block down and create that wall that we talked about earlier. All right, one more time, slow motion. You can see Ingold getting that block on the kick out and Julian Hill leading up through. The next progression here is going to be to use the play action pass once the defense starts overreacting to the counter run game. In this clip, we're going to get a counter right look with our guard getting to the edge over here and our H still giving the same action, getting over here just outside of the guard. That action is going to pull the linebackers both up as well as the safety that's walking into the box. Tyreek Hill is going to backpedal into a screen type look, and that's going to hold these two defensive backs towards the perimeter of the field. All of that action is going to allow Jalen Waddle to come over the top here and get an easy completion in behind these two linebackers. Again, as you watch that again, they're in a cover 3 look. This deep safety has to get deep because of the speed of Waddle and Hill. That run action is pulling those linebackers up. And we get a nice wide open window to get a completion. This video is going to look kind of similar to the last one. It's going to be a play action pass again. This time, we're going to get the counter action coming to the left side. We're going to have that bubble action from the outside receiver here, which is Jalen Waddle. Cedric Wilson is going to start to release upfield and then block this corner. And Liam Eichenberg, as all of this action is going to the left, is going to sift his way back out here and try to get to this corner on the inside. So they didn't get a lot of yards on this play, but if we look at it again, I think Waddle's just got to be a little more patient here. You can see that the cornerback at the top of the screen has outside leverage on Cedric Wilson, and then we have Liam Eichenberg coming underneath. If Waddle's just a little more patient here and takes this up the hash mark instead of trying to bounce this outside, I think we're going to get a much better gain. And you've also got another lineman, I think Austin Jackson there, trying to get upfield on that linebacker. So not a great result, but you can see how the counter action creates more opportunities. And again, like previous videos, how Miami can continue to clean up some small details and continue to increase their chunk plays. All right, one more to finish up the day. This one is an interesting way that Miami uses their personnel. This is 30 personnel, which is 3 running backs, no tight ends, and 2 wide receivers. You have Raheem Mostert in the slot down here, Devon Achane in the slot at the top, and then Alec Ingold is your H lined up as a wing. And then you have your 2 receivers, Waddle and Hill. Waddle is actually going to be the one who ends up lining up as the running back in this play. Now we're still going to get the counter action, so it's going to be a counter right. We've got Hunt pulling. We've got Alec Ingold starting to give that counter action, but then he is going to reverse out of there and lead on a reverse. Austin Jackson is going to step in, chip that defensive tackle. He's also going to try to get out on the reverse. And then Connor Williams is going to give the appearance that he's blocking that defensive tackle, and again, going to sift his way out and get in front of the reverse action. Waddle is going to fake the counter, and then Devon Achane is going to come in that reverse motion and take the pitch. So again, as this play is developing, you can see that the action of the linebackers is following that counter, even though it's Jalen Waddle is the running back. And by the time they realize what's happening, we're already starting to get numbers out here. Tyreek Hill is getting a cutoff block. Connor Williams, Alec Ingold getting around the edge. And you can see the way that this just lines up nicely for a big gain. Now, the reverse off the counter is something that Miami used quite a few times in 2023, and I think we'll continue to see it in 2024. All right, that's all I've got for this week. As usual, if you have something you'd like to see me do on this channel, leave a comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. If you enjoyed this video, share it, retweet it, wherever you found it. Try to share it with some other people as well. Thanks a lot.